What is the subclass that we're going to find in this?
The fighter is our attempt at something that's a little more hands-on and physical. We call it the scofflaw, and it's really just a bully. It's where you get to basically become a master at improvised weapons. We wanted to be a character that was really good at crashing a chair over someone's head for optimal results. And also taking things like pocket sand and dust in the enemy's eyes to the extent that you would expect from something like that. It has a lot of abilities that let you swap in your strength or your dexterity for charisma rolls so that you can just be intimidating, as intimidating as you like. And they have an ability to, if they want, whatever they're bashing someone over the head with, they can destroy in the process to do maximum damage with it. And then that ability increases where they just get better and better at just wrecking everything in the name of violence.
So with this scofflaw, there is a really cool picture of a Mappa with like a saber. He's acting all hoity-toity. He's getting ready to, you know, heist some people because there's a bunch of bandits within Humblewood who are like not your friend, but there might be some opportunities to befriend some of them later or to create some alliances with them.
Nice. What's the next subclass you'd like to go over?
The College of the Road Bard is all about jack of all trades, kind of picking up things on the road. As you progress with the subclass, you'll pick up traveler's tricks, and there's one for each different class. So the idea is that when you're sitting around the campfire, whether with your group or with other people that you come across, the cleric might give you the ability to learn a little bit of a ward, or the monk might teach you some boxing lessons. And the idea is you pick these things up and they translate into the abilities that the bard has. And so it's really story driven in a lot of ways because it can be actually encouraged by you can decide the path that you're taking and inspire it by it could be inspired by the things that actually happen to you in your adventures. If you meet an NPC that you really love, let's say you meet Benna, she might teach you how to do some boxing or patch somebody up and that kind of stuff. It was pretty ambitious as far as one of our first subclasses went, but we think it's quite fun. And yes, a warlock will give you a little bit of a dark bargain there, Todd. I know that if we had left that out, you'd be upset. So
I love that. I'll go Warlock Bard anytime I can. So
there you go. This is built all into one. It's all in one class. Yeah, so the last two subclasses are cleric domains. Religion is very important in Humblewood. The community domain is all about cooking nice meals for your team, getting everybody ready, pep talks. You can sort of play Mother Hen if you want, or you can play battle worn leader that's seen it all. But the idea really is based around rallying your team, either around the fire, around a meal, or out in the field. Community as a theme in Humblewood is huge. It's really, animals survive together. We wanted that to sort of translate in, and the community domain is sort of a aspect of that. The main ability you get at the very beginning is literally you can conjure a little clay hearth anywhere during a rest, and it can start like cooking little meals for you. And basically, they can create temporary healing potions in the form of, I mean, you can spin it any way you want. It could be cookies, it can be
yeah,
big turkey legs, whatever it is. But you can hand them out after every rest, and then you also just have the ability to improve healing around rest periods as well. And eventually, you're starting to give big rallying cries and speeches and really motivating your team.
I love how perfectly on theme everything is. Humblewood is a very well designed campaign setting, and I really do appreciate this book very much. And we have another subclass for the
I
cleric.
have to. I'm gonna wipe a tear away at that comment. It's very nice, Todd. We worked really hard on it. It means a lot to us. So, um, the other cleric domain is the knight domain. Enrico, you might have to remind me about the two. There's two gods, one that's sort of representing the light, and then one that is representing the darkness, and they're kind of paired against each other.
So Ardea and Titan.
Ardea and Titan, yeah. And
Yeah, they're
so,
primary too.
mhm. Where Ardea is all about life and light, Titan is about the grave and night time and that kind of thing. And the cleric of the night domain, pardon me, is representation of that. You'll find that unlike classic D&D races, there aren't a lot of races that have dark vision because it's not as common amongst animals. We give it to the folks that really it makes sense to have. The Strig have it, the owl folk have it, and I think the Mapok, the raccoon folk, have it. But if you are a cleric of the night domain, then you're going to get some dark vision right off the bat. You're going to get a lot of abilities that revolve around wielding the darkness as a shield, basically, and eventually being able to extend it out and protecting your friends with this sort of blanket of darkness. And one of the cool features is that you get real mastery, probably a broken level of mastery over the dream spell, the sleep spell, pardon me. One of the things that you can do is that you can choose the order that people get hit by it, instead of
wow.
having to go from the most hit points to the least. So you're going to be putting people to sleep a lot easier and a lot quicker, if you're playing a night domain cleric. It was probably a mistake, but now it's going to be on D&D Beyond, so there's really nothing we can do about it, and we can't take it back.
Perfect.